Mark?
Frame. And action.
The city of Toronto is chosen as the setting of many film and television productions, and eBiz News got an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at award-winning Canadian writer-director Theodore Bezaire's newest Bravo Fact short film comedy, Love in the Age of Like. The film stars Claire Stollery as a young professional woman who struggles in her relationship with her boyfriend, played by Scott Cavaliero, because he never likes her posts on social media. Depicting romance in the digital age, the film puts a comedic spin on society's obsession with social approval from the online community, and how it can strain real-life relationships.
We're just trying to do like a funny take and humorous take on like this modern age of like social media and all that sort of thing. So like we're kind of trying to take some air out of that. Just be like maybe sometimes social media is not the greatest thing, and that's not the end all and be all. And sometimes like human interaction is a good thing.
What inspired you to come up with this concept?
Well, I think everyone's kind of on their computers and tablets and phones in this modern age, and I think it's just kind of funny when you post something and you're like, oh, why isn't my best friend liking this, or like my wife, or she's not liking it. So I think it's just kind of like a universal idea of like people like wanting to get these likes and whatnot. It becomes addictive and like and then that's kind of where people get their validation sometimes, and then that sort of thing. So I just thought it was kind of like a funny idea kind of to play with.
The film was shot in just 2 days, and is expected to hit the festival circuit in mid-2016. And Bezaire credits the close-knit family atmosphere on set for the quick turnaround, having worked with much of the cast and crew before on his feature film, The Birder.
I've worked with Scott Cavaliero, who's also in the film, before on The Birder, and same thing with Jamie Spilchuk is also in The Birder. And they're both really great to work with, and when this kind of script came around, they were just perfect for it. So it was great. And working, this is my first time working with Claire, but she's been a dream to work with so far.
It is, a reflection of, where society is going. I know some people who take it very seriously. And if they do get offended, if, a certain friend of theirs doesn't like anything, or they only post certain times of the day because that's when you get the most likes. It is totally a skewed sense of reality that we're kind of living. When we're a comedy, we're not taking things too seriously, but are poking fun at, that element.
Claire credits Theodore for the concept, and her co-stars for the enjoyable experience, including Scott Cavaliero, her boyfriend in the film and in real life.
He is just so great at what he does. And so calm and really motivating. He just runs a tight ship, but everyone has such a great time. And Jamie plays like my gay best friend, and he's just so funny. It was really hard to keep it together yesterday.
And making the film all the more authentic, many of the pictures shown in the film are actual photos of the couple.
Part of the story stems from a lot of truth, you know what I mean? Like we do, I mean, maybe not we, I don't want to couple myself into that group, but we all have had a time where we're like judging someone's social status or someone's relationship or someone's overall being, based on social media. You see someone, it's highlights, right? It's just the highlights of your life. My character is generally the person who just doesn't like people's status updates.
Okay.
Right, so it has nothing to do with her, it has nothing to do, in fact, Ronnie's a really great boyfriend, he really admires her, he loves her, he thinks everything she does is fantastic, and one of the cruxes of the film, and which you'll see, is that he covets her, in his office, in his workplace. There's not a shrine, I wouldn't call it a shrine, but there's an area like a collage where he's printed all these photos that her and him have been doing. So let's say they go and do Tough Mudder together, or they go and they're on a dodgeball beer league, or they go to Mount Kilimanjaro. All these photos are in his office. So he's not one to use social media as, a method of his overall being. So that's where the drama comes in and the conflict comes in, because she does.
What's one takeaway that you hope that fans take away from this film?
You got to be responsible for what you post, and you also can't be so sensitive about what others post. I mean, it's just so subjective, and subjectivity is the antithesis of anything logical, right? You have to really, be cautious.
I just hope that, those younger generations learn to just not have their identity so closely related to their online presence.